The largest creatures on Earth live in the ocean. So how can we decipher their underwater secrets without altering their behavior? One man has dedicated his life to this quest. He offers marine biologists around the world a unique way of approaching the animals they study. He freedives. For scientists, he has become the eyes of the big blue. Who is this elegant link between myths and knowledge? Can he reconcile man with his ancestral fears of the unknown? Fred heads to Irian Jaya, west of Papua New Guinea. Whale sharks are essentially pelagic, but are sometimes found near the coast. They also roam the wild and isolated bay of Cenderawasih, east of Indonesia. A local legend talks about large spotted sharks that are protected by benevolent spirits. For Fred, marine legends always contain elements of truth. He tries to follow Megan McCord's advice so that his work can contribute to a vast international survey.
The whale shark is the largest fish in the world. In the Pacific and Indian Oceans, they are often harpooned. Contrary to other shark species, their flesh is greatly appreciated and their famous fins are sold for high prices on the Asian markets. So this huge animal is very endangered. The idea is to take a picture of the same part of the shark's body, that is, its left side, around the pectoral fin and gill slits. And thanks to the characteristic marks of each whale shark, we'll be able to identify the individual. What's interesting is that to achieve this, scientists use software derived from a program that NASA uses to map constellations.
To document these underwater constellations, he must swim as fast as the giants. A near impossible operation at sea. Sharks are too quick. He needs to find an area where the sharks stop to rest in order to get to the bottom of the legend. In the Cenderawasih Bay, fishermen have installed makeshift boats for a fishing campaign. The Indonesians spend several months on these platforms that they call bagans. They fish at night with the help of powerful lights and nets. Attracted by the lamps, the ikampuri, a species of anchovies, are retained by the fine mesh. Life on board is very simple and remains at the mercy of a generator which powers dozens of lamps through wet, rusty and stripped wires. It intermittently powers a freezer containing the catch of the day. With unreliable power, the fishermen have got used to keeping their anchovies alive in patched-up nets. The fish remain immersed in the hot, oxygenated water of the bay until a ship comes to collect them. Such a stock of fresh protein inevitably attracts the bay's biggest residents, the whale sharks. An opportunity for Fred and his quest for sedentary whale sharks. But why don't the fishermen hunt the sharks that steal their bread and butter?
Is it good to have whale shark around the Magan?
When we fish at night, the sharks circle around our bagans and gather the anchovies together in our nets. They are our allies. It's thanks to them that our fishing is great.
And what's your relation with the whale shark?
They are attracted by our lights and follow the bagans as we move on. We attract them with nets full of anchovies and they find us thanks to the smell. As soon as they arrive, we fish an awful lot of anchovies. That's why we never hunt them.
Never?
No, never.
Thank you.
Fred has found a way to dive with the sharks attracted by the tempting net full of anchovies. The presence of an intruder underwater. These timid giants are used to men, but only on their skiffs. Fred remembers what he learned from the dives with the cow sharks. Let the shark approach. Under the bagan, he will use his extraordinary skill as a freediver to arouse the shark's curiosity and take pictures of them. Fred Buyle enriches the scientific database with hundreds of photos. Learning alongside these sedentary fish is ideal. How to use the shark's force, where to be positioned, how to anticipate its movements, and the differences between one individual and the next. Being around whale sharks allows Fred to measure the distance between the reality of these encounters, no matter how magical, and the old representations of these animals.
Normally, you don't have the opportunity to observe all these things when you encounter a whale shark because they come and go. Here you really have time to work with them and learn lots of little things. This is typically an animal that can inspire a legend or a myth about sea monsters. The whale shark can measure between 18 and 20 meters. I imagine that back in the 15th or 16th century, some individuals could even reach 22 or 25 meters. Even an animal measuring 15 to 18 meters, if you don't know the creature and have no idea what it is, it's a monster. Also, at the time, they couldn't tell the difference between a white shark and a whale shark when they saw them at sea. So this is typically an animal that could inspire a legend. Also, with its skin with marks and dots, this animal appears quite mysterious. This is really something that could inspire a legend. It seems quite obvious.
Here's how you can dream up a sea monster by using the largest fish in the world as inspiration. Take a gigantic whale shark and give it the sharp teeth of small carnivorous sharks.